Hey guys, Dom here. Um, I don't think I've even posted this before or the full background to it, but something that's happening this week has prompted me to do so, and that is basically outline why. Why would I even bother? Why did I even bother? What the hell? Blah blah blah. But why did I do personal training? Why did I get my Cert 3 and 4? And why did I decide to become a personal trainer? Given that my time in management consulting, working for them, moving to become a sole trader, working for myself, creating a company, traveling backwards and forwards between China and Thailand and India and Germany and UAE and the US and the UK, and why did I give it all up and become a PT? Probably the history is worth talking about. So let's just go there. Hi, I'm Dom McStraw and I am 53. In my late 30s, like most people, I was working a corporate role, chasing up the ladder, and I joined management consulting not as a new graduate, but I joined as what we call an experienced hire. So I came from the outside. I'd already been working, 10 plus years doing some other things. And I moved into that space and very, very quickly got a name for myself in a certain area, which I just simply fell into. And then one thing led to another, and I was spending time abroad, living out of the suitcase, the not so glamorous life of consultants. And so for those of you consultants that know me, you know what I'm talking about. It was good, money was great, the hours are long. There'd be time of being on the bench, doing not much, pretty easy. Spending time with presentations till stupid o'clock in the morning. And then there'd be time where you were just out, not 9 to 5, like literally 6 a.m. until 2 a.m. doing whatever you need to do. Now, why change? Money's good, do this, do that. Well, why change is the advent of my firstborn, my daughter, Jordan, coming along, and I didn't want to be the guy that was living out of a suitcase and never ever seeing her grow up. So I decided to make a change. Now, the change come probably at the right time. When I moved on from there, I started my own business. I started consulting by myself. 1, 2, skip a few. Next thing you know, I am packing on the weight. Her brother Cody has come along, and I am at 115 kilos. Now, I'm only 5'7", 150 kilos. Excuse the French, I'm a fat fuck. I'm bloated through here. I'm carrying more than I need to. I've got severe facial rosacea. I look like Homer Simpson on the Duff. I had hair, and I was on meds for reflux, hypertensive, snoring like the proverbial freight train, early onset sleep apnea as we now call it. And then I got a warning sign. Warning sign was waking up one morning feeling not so good, bit of numbness on one side of the shoulder, and I ignored it because I thought, shit, I'm just busy, I'm stressed, no big deal. That went on for a while, and I was still packing it on. I was literally chewing my Lanta tablets, taking Zantac, which moved to something else, which moved to then Losec, and all these are drugs that you can't get over the counter. So the next warning sign came, and it was like a smack in the face. It was a 2x4, and I was away, and I felt absolutely crap. And what I subsequently learned is they are called transient ischemic attacks, TIAs, or basically a mini stroke or a brain fart, if you want to call it that. And that was my lesson. And the reason why I did that is I was looking at my 2 kids going, dude, if something happens to me, I mean, heart attack is one thing, stroke is another thing. And people think heart attacks are the worst thing. Strokes can also be quite devastating, particularly if they affect one side of your brain. And I'm thinking there's nothing worse than my kids having to tell me how to tie my shoelaces, how to teach me how to walk again, or God forbid, having to help me wipe my ass. And I'm not even 40 something. So I made a change. I did what everyone does. I did the HIIT, I did the Cardio Bunny, the Les Mills, and all that sort of stuff, to the point where, hey, look, I even sort of called myself Hitman at one stage. So I did my Cert 3 and 4 after spending some time, and I had a PT and bits and pieces, and I worked out that what I wanted for me was not what someone else was giving me. And no disrespect to that person, they did a great job. So yes, I tried everything. So then I did that there, then I got asked to come into a big box gym, and I lasted 6 months. I lasted 6 months because I fucking hated the environment. I hated seeing people come in cardio bunnies and running around going, I've got a workout in, but never ever change. I hated seeing other trainers, and again, all credit to them, taking money from people who started at fat and ended up fatter. It pissed me off, so I left. Also the fact that, I got a bit of a moniker as being not the tough trainer, but the guy who would show you how to push it. Because I thought that's what everyone needed, because that's what I needed. Because you can see I wore one of these tees and I've subsequently done probably a couple of hundred of these things, and that was my way. And I've done this and I've done that, and I've tried MMA and bits and pieces, and I've done 50, 100K ultra endurances, I've bodybuilded, I've powerlifted, I've done every sort of shit under the sun, and eventually it dawned on me. See, I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to fucking well do this for me, because if I can't do this for me, I can't do it for anyone else. So becoming a PT now in this later couple of years, particularly as marketing goes on, I cannot stand the fitness industry. The fitness industry shits me to tears. 28 day, 7 day, 14 day, shred, buff bunny, this bunny, bikini butt, 6-pack zaps in 6 minutes. What a load of shit. See, I think maybe there are some trainers that maybe like me, maybe we're a little bit blunt, but maybe people need to hear stuff from me. You want to lose weight? Don't take up fucking running. Running is a skill. Weight training is a skill. Bodyweight is a skill. Muay Thai is a skill. Obstacle course racing, yoga, they're all skills. Losing weight is also a skill. So right here, right now, what I want as a PT, I want to work with people who actually see what I think is the long game. My goal is to help them, not multiple fad fucking diets, not this, not that, not be broken, not be screwed up, not be this. Yes, push yourself, by all means, I do too. Because there's nothing wrong with that, because that's the mental side of this game that I think that we all should be having the opportunity to play. My job is to simply show you one thing, that now at 53, I know more than I did at 43 and 33, and it is not tits and ass and 6-packs. It is not leaning back against a rented Lamborghini and saying, look like me, do my workout, because that's what's going to happen, because that's the biggest load of shit that there is. If you are a runner and you enjoy running, and that is part of the things that you do, then that's going to work for you. That's great. If you like to lift weights, cool. If you like to punch, box, kick, scream, elbow, also cool. If you're a yoga, a Pilates person, that's also cool. But behind all of this, there are 3 elements to this. That's the one stuff. That's the training, what I call the mobilized stuff. So as a trainer, I do another thing. The mentalized stuff. The stuff up here. Now, I ain't no David Goggins. In fact, I'm a little bit older than him. But a lot of you look at him and saying he's extreme. He's not extreme. He used the same thing. He talks about his cookie jar to get him out of a deep, dark hole. And I'd like people to think that there's a way for you to do that too. Don't just give up at the first sign of it getting hard. Tough it up. Grit. Push through. And maybe in a year or 2, you'll be better off for it. And then the third thing, for me, I'm going to just simply call it food. I'm not going to call it nutrition. I don't give a shit if you're vegan, pescatarian, whatever-arian. It doesn't make a difference to me. Find food that works for you. Some people don't like broccoli. It gives them bloat. It gives them gas. Some people don't like that stuff. They don't like the food stuff, so they go with carnivore because it works for them. It's their good way of elimination diet. Don't blaspheme them. Don't put them up on a pedestal and rip them a shed and say they're not doing stuff for the planet, because, quite frankly, it might not work for you, but it works for them. So as a trainer, I want to find a way that I can work with you, find a way that I can work with another person to help them see that they can go from as is to be. And somewhere along the lines, we help them work out what that really should be. And I'd like to help people do that. But I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to say to you that it's easy, because it is bloody well not easy. It is a hard slog. Because if it was so easy, every single one of us would walk around with 6-pack abs, bikini body, selfie-driven, blah, 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 would be eating good food. We wouldn't be eating the processed shit that's sitting in 80% of the aisles in the supermarket. And we also wouldn't be giving up. So as a trainer, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to be. And that's one of the reasons why I got in. Perhaps I can take some of the stuff that I learned before in the consulting days And maybe that might help me, like it may also help you too. I got into personal training to become better, become a better me, a better dad, a better husband, and I'm still working on all those bloody things. But I also got into this to help other people too. It is a money thing, so don't ask me for free shit because you won't get it. But hopefully what you will get is you will get a number of years of advice that don't just come out of a textbook from all the shit that I've tried and failed and did not work, and maybe help you get on your path a little bit quicker, a little bit faster, and a little bit more happier. It is hard, it is tough, it is not easy, but I'm here to help. That's why I became a personal trainer.